am Srishti from Team Decipher with part 2 of chapter of economic survey, that was Powering One India. As we earlier also discussed that this chapter pertains to the problems related to the health of power distribution companies and other issues related to the Indian power sector and suggestive measures, schemes and solutions to it. So continuing with the same, let's further discuss transparency and simplicity in retail electricity tariffs. See, there are separate tariffs for poultry farms, pisciculture, wetland farms, mushroom farms and rabbit farms above and below a certain size. The complexity may prevent consumers from fully responding to tariffs due to high cost of the processing, the price information. The basis of making such fine and numerous distinctions across end users is not immediately apparent. After all, the energy products are characterized by a single price or at most a few price across end users. Simplification of tariffs will improve transparency and may well yield consumption and well yield collection efficiency and along with the governance benefits. Now let's discuss tariffs and costs. Discoms have a key role in power sector, acting as interface between retail consumers and rest of the value chain. See, these companies act as intermediaries between generators and retail consumer purchasing electricity from wholesale markets and marketing it to retail consumers. As with any other market intermediary, they recover returns on their equity investments, that is ROI, by charging markup over their cost of supply. Given that these discoms are central to connecting both sides of electricity market, their debt has traditionally been a bottleneck for the sector. States with the highest losses are those where tariffs fails to cover the costs on average. In the states such as Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, the top ranking states in loss distribution, average tariff is lower than the average cost of supply. Tariffs reflecting costs are a necessary condition for discoms to sustain themselves over the longer run. Several states are attempting to close this gap under Uday scheme. Do you know what is Uday scheme? Uday is Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana. It is financial turnaround and revival package for electricity distribution companies of India. Discoms were initiated by the Government of India with the intent to find a permanent solution to the financial mess that power distribution sector was into. The scheme comprises 4 initiatives that are improving operational efficiencies of discoms, reduction of cost of power, reduction in interest cost of discoms, and enforcing financial discipline on discoms through alignment with state finances. It allows a state government which own discoms to take 75% of their debt as of September 30, 2015 and pay back lenders by selling bonds. Discoms are expected to issue bonds for the remaining 25% of their debt. Now let's talk of policies in the power sector and impact on Make in India. The Make in India campaign is crucial to the structural transformation of industrial sector and the Indian economy in general. High tariffs and erratic supply for industry have led to a slow but steady decline in the growth of industrial electricity purchases from utilities and a gradual transition towards captive generation. See, captive generating plant means a power plant set up by any person to generate electricity primarily for his or her own use, and also includes a power plant set up by any cooperative society or association of persons for generating electricity primarily for use of members of such cooperative society or association. So got what is captive generating plant. There is wide variation in the industrial tariffs within India. To protect against uneven power supply, about 47% of firms report using a diesel generator. These trends could be worse in the coming years as the decline in oil prices and the cost of renewable energy alternatives may prompt a further shift to captive power. So let's know about Make in India, Make One India, the open access issue. The open access, that is OA, is a policy introduced under the Electricity Act 2003 which allows consumers with electricity load above 1 megawatt to procure electricity directly from electricity markets. As its core, OA provides an aggregation of countrywide supply and demand on the same platform. Therefore, this constitutes the first step towards discovering a single market price for power around the country. Currently, power plant load factors are at their lowest ebb, about 60%, as generation capacity has increased while the financial ability of DISCOMs to purchase electricity has diminished. The time is thus ripe to allow industry which has a high demand of power to absorb the excess generation capacity through open access, providing a stimulus to industrial production under Make in India. There is at present no specific policy guidelines on the intra-category cross-subsidization. Let me apprise you what is intra-category cross-subsidization. Actually, cross-subsidization is the practice of charging higher prices to one group of consumers in order to subsidize a lower price for the another group. So, average billing rates for all the consumption categories lies below the average cost of supply, ACS, implying that costs are not to be fully recovered. Countries such as Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, South Korea, Vietnam and Brazil appear to be better exploit the progressivity of electricity tariffs in the domestic category, reflected in higher ratio of tariffs charged to the rich relative to poor. In contrast, the Indian states appear to discriminate much less between rich and poor, leaving a scope for greater exploitation of progressivity. The power regulator, while deciding on the tariff schedules and cross-subsidization rate for different categories, has to undertake a broad welfare analysis, that is, greater revenue collection with greater welfare allocations. Impressive strides have been made in power sector over the last 2 years, including the addition record on generation capacity, moves to create one market power in India, longer overdue reforms of DISCOMs, energizing the development of renewable sector. The new paradigm of surplus power sets the stage for continuing these reforms so that India can become one market in power. The burden on the industry can be relieved, allowing it to become internationally competitive as envisaged in Make in India. Tariffs can be made simple and transparent, avoiding proliferating end-use charges. And by taking advantage of the possibility of greater progressivity in rate setting, charges for the poor could be reduced while generating more revenues. In all of this, state governments and state regulators have a key role to play, with helpful facilitation center. The power is a perfect crucible for making effective and cooperative competitive federalism experiment that is now in India. So with this, we are done with knowing the problems faced and solutions derived in the power sector. We will come up with another. Till then, take care, bye-bye, and thank you for watching. Please do comment in the comment box. Subscribe us, like us and share us on Facebook. For many more things, please visit our website decipheris.com. And for any query related to subjects or any suggestions, you may also write to us. Till my next, enjoy.